back would be like a step-by-step that you're starting to notice of how you pull yourself from like a problem or a dark place to a more positive space? What are like the steps that you now take that you can give some advice to?
So probably to be compassionately confrontational with yourself, which I know those words don't really fit together, but sometimes like you have to check yourself, but you don't have to do it in this very negative fashion. Like, oh my God, I'm such a failure. I can't believe that this happened. Like, now what am I supposed to do? Instead being like, okay, girl, like this is happening. What are you going to do about it? So you're still saying, okay, it's time to pull it together, but you're not doing it in this really hateful or hurtful way. You need to treat yourself like a human the same way that you would treat other people.
Can you expand on that a little bit more? Because I don't think people quite understand that sometimes.
Oh my gosh. So self-compassion is one of the biggest areas that I see people really struggling with. They're great friends, they're great employees, they're great parents, and all of these other things. But whenever they're faced with some kind of issue that's happening, rather than apply the same kind of approaches that they would to someone else, they tend to really kind of beat on themselves a bit. So, for example, let's say that somebody got fired from a job. Right. And so your best friend calls you up and she's like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. You're not going to turn around and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Like, what a terrible person. Why weren't you even thinking? But that might be something you say to yourself. What you would say to your friend is, you know what, this is going to be okay. What do you need from me? Like, we can figure this out together. Do you want me to look over your resume and I can offer you some pointers or some changes? But we don't do that.
Why do you think that is?
Perfectionistic tendencies to be a really simplistic, but we really have this belief that because we're adults, we should be good at everything and we should be really proficient at it. And it's not true. Every time you're learning something new, you have to give yourself a little bit of grace and give yourself some time to really kind of learn and problem solve and overcome some of those obstacles that come up through that learning curve. So we kind of fall into this place where I'm an adult, I should be good at stuff. You can't be good at everything. And whenever you start to learn something new or whenever these things happen, you have to learn kind of how to navigate that with a little bit of grace.
Yeah, I agree.